Hello and welcome back, or welcome if this is your first time on my channel. My name is Justina, and in today's video I will discuss the nodal placement by house and by signs so that you can gain a better understanding of your life purpose, your life mission, and your node traits. The nodes are not planets. These are points, mathematical points in the sky in our charts that fall in opposing signs. So if your north node falls in Aries, then your south node will automatically fall in Libra, the sign opposing Aries. The north node is the gateway to the future. It's the unexplored. It's what we are not familiar and often not comfortable with. These are the lessons we have to learn and challenges we have to overcome in this lifetime in order to progress in our soul's evolution. While the south node is the past. It's what we are most familiar and comfortable with. It's where we retreat when we feel challenged or threatened. Now, if your north node falls in the same sign as your sun or moon, there's a greater emphasis on developing and embracing the qualities of that sign. However, if your south node falls in the same sign as your sun or moon, then you are going to be pulled back into your past behavior patterns, for instance, and it might take you an extra effort to accomplish your life purpose. All right, so let's start from the first placement, and this is the north node in Aries or in the first house. So this placement is about developing your own unique individuality. And in the process of doing that, it's important not to become too egocentric or selfish. Now, this placement is about understanding your strengths and weaknesses. It's about becoming independent, self-reliable, assertive, so assertive and confident. And this is especially also important when in a business partnership or in a relationship. It's important not to rely too much on another, not to become codependent, to maintain this independence. Because if you become too codependent or rely too much on another, you are likely to feel unfulfilled in your life, not satisfied, because that's following your past, your south node in Libra or in the seventh house, the north node in Aries or in the first house. This is about your individuality, about your identity, your personality. Now, people with displacement are excitement and action driven. They are not threatened by stress, and they will definitely benefit from doing things that increase their adrenaline, courage, and drive. Now, the north node in the second house or in Taurus is about becoming self-reliable. It's about building a life that feels secure, safe. People with displacement will benefit from moving away from urban places, from chaos, into the country where they can find inner comfort, safety. Now, this placement is about building your life, your safe, steady, and secure life through your own talents and skills without relying on other people's resources, possessions, finances, because that's the south node in Scorpio or in the 8th house. The second house nodal placement or the north node in Taurus is about you becoming self-reliable in a financial way. So building this financial security is really important with this placement. And this can be achieved with a steady progress, consistency, and patience. Now, the north node in the 3rd house or the north node in Gemini is about communication. So the purpose of this placement is communication primarily. So developing this really strong and effective ability to communicate with others. A two-way communication rather than a monologue. It's about becoming understanding, tolerant to other people's beliefs, opinions, accepting that not everyone will agree with you, and at the same time becoming more understanding. So people with displacement often need stimulation. They will benefit from doing things that bring variety into their life rather than sticking to the familiar. Now, sometimes people with displacement lead a dual life. Gemini is a dual sign, so they can have a very different life in the outer world and a very different life in the inner world. The 3rd house is also about your community. So life within the community, integrating with people from your immediate surroundings, becoming a part of your community, taking short trips, learning about your surroundings. That's also an important aspect of this placement. Now, the North Node in the 4th house or the North Node in Cancer is about inner security, inner emotional security. So building and establishing a solid inner emotional security, but as also building a home and family foundation. This placement is very much connected to the family and the home. The 4th house and Cancer is the mother of the zodiac. And here, building a home that is not just a building made of walls and bricks, but a place where you can find emotional safety and security. Finding a place in the world, a piece of land, so to speak, a town, a country where you feel emotionally connected to. It's also wonderful. Now, if it comes to family, establishing a family, but it doesn't mean that it has to be a traditional family of a partner and children. This can be created with people who seem like your family, people with whom you connect on a very deep level. So having these close bonds is also very beneficial and important for this placement, as well as learning to develop the nurturing and the caring side of your psyche. And don't be afraid to cry, because this helps to connect you to the emotional side of your nature. Now, the 5th house or the North Node in Leo, this is about the creativity. So recognizing your creative talents and abilities. Now, this has to be done through your own imagination, through your own creativity, through your own efforts, without becoming externally influenced. So this placement is about self-individuality in a creative way, in a creative sense. Now, this is about working more on your own than through groups, because the groups will influence you. And if you work on your own, you discover your own skills, your own talents, you come up with your own ideas, and you grow your creativity, your imagination. Now, if it comes to the groups, that's the South Node in Aquarius and the 11th house. That's very familiar. That's very comfortable. But the 5th house North Node or the North Node in Leo is about you finding your own strength, inner power, inner courage to show your talents and abilities, creative abilities, to others. Now, this placement is also about following your heart. So the heart is connected to Leo and your instincts rather than just your rational mind. That's the South Node in Aquarius or the 11th house. Experiencing things that are not popular will also help you to better understand your creative nature, or create your own ideas, your own opinions, because people with this placement are often very easily influenced by others or by groups or just external influences. So here the core meaning of this placement is to really working on your own creative individuality. Now, the North Node in the 6th house or the North Node in Virgo, this is about being of service to others. Now, people with this placement have this inner unconditional love that could be hidden away in the subconscious mind, but there could be this inner urge to help others, to be of service to others. So finding a skill that will help you to help others will be so beneficial for people with the 6th house North Node or the North Node in Virgo. Now, establishing this a well-structured, well-organized routine will help people with this placement to blossom. Now, Virgo is the perfectionist of the zodiac, so oftentimes people with this placement, they really like things to be well-organized. The challenge with this placement is to, while being of service to others, not expect too much recognition in return. Now, the sixth house and Virgo is also connected to the body. So self-care, self-love, looking after your body, after your health. It's also very important with this placement. All right, so let's look at the North Node in the seventh house or in Libra. So this placement is about learning to relate to others in a harmonious and well-balanced way. Learning to be understanding, flexible, adaptable in personal relationships, business partnerships, or in love relationships. Many goals, dreams, and wishes can be fulfilled when cooperating with others with this placement. Now, overcoming any self-centered behavioral patterns and seeing beyond individual needs and wants is really important as well. Learning to compromise, learning to listen to others and work towards achieving a common goal, and accepting other people's opinions and beliefs. Now, the North Node in the 8th house, or the North Node in Scorpio. People with this placement have a very intense aura. When they enter a room, there is this dynamic and powerful energy surrounded around them very often. This placement is about transformation, death and rebirth. So people with this placement could go through several transformational events throughout their life. The challenge here is to move away from trying to find emotional security through accumulation of material objects. This placement is about learning the complexity of life. It's about connecting with another on a deep level. People with this placement seek emotional interactions with others. And it's all right to ask others for help. You don't have to do everything on your own, because there could be a tendency here with this placement to be self-reliable without asking anyone for help, without seeking help. But that's the South Node in Taurus or in the second house. This placement is the opposite energy. So it's a very intense, very transformational, very deep nodal placement. All right, so let's look at the North Node in Sagittarius or in the 9th house. So this placement is about developing a set of values to live by. This is about seeing a wider vision on life, on the existence. Sagittarius is the philosopher of the zodiac. So people with this placement are naturally drawn to topics connected to legal matters, to religion, to metaphysics, spirituality. This nodal placement is also very much connected to faraway travel. And oftentimes there could be a career that is connected to traveling, international business affairs, dealing with people from different countries or nations. Now, people with this placement are also hungry for knowledge. These are truth seekers, the seekers of the meaning of life. They want to think deeply and intuitively about what is truly important in life. Now, the North Node in Capricorn or in the 10th house. This is about maturity. This is about controlling possessiveness or emotions, and instead focusing on developing self-discipline and a sense of authority in the outer world. This placement is about becoming self-sufficient through achievements in your career and public life, finding and developing self-control and autonomy, and offering your skills and talents to the outer audience, to the outer world, rather than hiding them away in your inner world, because that would be moving back into your South Node in Cancer or in the 4th house. So the focus on this placement is on the professional life. Self-discipline, authority, autonomy, self-discipline, offering your gifts and talents into the outer world. Right, so let's look at the Aquarius North Node or the North Node in the 11th house. And this placement is about working in a group, working with others towards a common goal. This is about freedom. So people with this placement usually value freedom over status seeking. They might have this great inner urge for creating a change, for changing the world, making the world a fairer place. However, the challenge here is to create a change without revolution or without chaos. Finding a group of people, creating your own tribe with people with whom you share similar beliefs, ideas, and with whom you can work towards a common goal. Learn to think strategically, using your rational mind rather than following your heart and instincts purely. That's the South Node in Leo or in the 5th house. Working with others rather than seeking autonomy. So here you need to find this balance. Working with others, North Node in Aquarius or in the 11th house. Seeking autonomy, that's the past. That's the most comfortable path. Right, so we reached the last placement, that's the North Node in Pisces or in the 12th house. This placement is about enlightenment. It's about spiritual healing. It's about developing the compassionate side of your nature. So becoming more sensitive to other people's needs. The lesson here is of detachment and to feel spiritually happy and fulfilled. Sometimes people with this placement have problems with sleeping. They experience insomnia, so yoga, meditation could help with this problem if this is the case. And often this placement is also connected to psychic sensitivity as well, imagination, great intuition. All right, so thank you very much for your attention. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next video. So thank you again, and bye for now.